One and live. What is going on, guys? Robbie here. I know the lighting is probably a little rough, but it is cloudy outside. It is nasty, and I am just kind of hanging out and chilling and just kind of shooting the breeze with all of you. Wait a second. Let me see if I can do one thing real quick to get the lighting better. One second. All right. That's a little bit better. Yeah. Get this back on. So yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out, getting the morning started. Woke up early this morning, so my wife, as many of you guys know, is a nurse, and so she had to go into work super early this morning. So I have been up since about 5 o'clock in the morning because we got a new cat about a month ago. Man, it's crazy that it's already been about a month since we got Lucy, the cutest thing ever. I will post some pictures, and I'm sure during this whole thing you guys can go follow me over on social media at Robbie Vogler. um but yeah, it's been kind of a cool little transition. I've never had a real pet before. I know I talked about it briefly about having a pet, and the only pet that I've ever had prior to this cat is a fish, and it's not a good story. Like, man, whew, sorry guys. Yeah, not a good story at all. Like, I mean, I'm talking like someone got me a fish that I didn't even want a fish. Don't know the story. If you're listening for the first time, this is the first video of mine that you've seen. Like, you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just here, kind of having a cup of coffee, my Jocko cup, just about to, flap my gums about Easter and how it was. And it was different this year, guys. It was super, super weird. And I don't know if it was weird in a bad way, but there's a lot that happened that was unlike any other year. And I think the majority of the time, you know, especially with everything else going on in the world and how how things are going, right now, just globally, it's kind of hard to, celebrate Easter like you normally would. I think a lot of people get together with family. I mean, heck, I had plans to celebrate Easter with my family, and that obviously didn't happen. Well, we were able to get together on like a Zoom, Facebook call, whatever the case is. So that was fun. It was cool to see them and get to spend a little bit of time face to face with them digitally, but and virtually. But it's so weird. It's the times that we're living in right now, and I don't think a lot of people really understand unless you've been in that situation before, which I know a lot of us haven't. I know a lot of people out there really have never been able to be in the situation where they don't get to see their family or friends for weeks and weeks at a time. And who knows how long this is going to go. I don't see it happening. I don't see it ending anytime soon, which is the scary part, I think, of this entire process. It's a very scary time because so much is uncertain. So much is uncertain. And I think because we don't really know what's happening, we don't really know what is going on in the world. We don't really know how we're going to react to things. We don't know how things are going to be, down the road. And it's a very, very scary thing. And I think that's what kind of worries me more about anything else. It's the uncertainty of everything. And not only, not being able to see your family or friends, like really not really being able to have contact with anybody unless you go to the grocery store. And we were at the grocery store the other day, and it kind of upset me a little bit because obviously my wife's a nurse, and I've been seeing so many people out there, talk about how and I'm sure everybody reads the news, and whatever news cycle you do read, there's always shortages of masks and ventilators and all that stuff. And then I'm seeing people walk around with surgical masks, and people walking around with masks of all all different types that aren't homemade masks. And I'm just wondering, like, where in the world are they getting these masks, and why aren't those masks going toward like hospitals, like, because I know that there's a shortage of masks all around the world in hospitals, and I just don't understand how people that are just everyday people, I don't care what situation you are, that aren't in the front lines, that aren't in the hospitals, dealing with people that they have to wear masks because it's protocol now, and I know the CDC has recommended people when they go out in public to wear a mask, and I understand that. But I also know that there's a way to do it where you don't take other supplies from people that actually need it, like the first responders and like the people that are in the hospitals and things of that nature. I mean, it's hard to specify what's good, what's not good, and really how we're dealing with all this, because I think there are so many people that aren't dealing with this the right way, and it's very upsetting to me with someone that does have a loved one in the hospitals. And my sister-in-law, she actually works in a PT clinic with a lot of older clients and a lot of older patients, and I know they've been seeing less patients, but I know at the same time, like, it's kind of a weird situation that she wouldn't that like that they're still working and that they're not taking as many patients, but still they're still at risk. And there's a lot of people out there that are working and in the healthcare facility. And I mean, again, define myself. The world defines me as essential, as a media member, as someone that works in the radio department, in the radio business. But it's kind of hard because I don't see myself as essential. I mean, I understand that we put out emergency alerts. I understand that we relay information that's free of charge on the radio. People listen to us all the time. I get that. I do understand that point. But at the end, also, like, I don't see myself as essential compared to the healthcare workers that are continuing to work every single day to try to make the world a better place. And I don't know, maybe I'm alone in this. Maybe I'm the only one that feels this way. But when I see people walking around with, masks that should be in the hospital, it bothers me. And it bothers me when, people ask for, oh, where can I go buy N95? Like, you don't need, if you're just out and about on a regular basis, you don't need a N95 mask. It's just donate them to the hospital. Even if you have one, donate one to the hospital. It doesn't matter. Like, you should not have those around just willy-nilly. I'm sorry. I don't want to get political, and this isn't the point of that, but it bothers me sometimes when I go out in public and see that. But anyway, my Easter it was different. I woke up, my wife and I woke up probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock. I actually, that's, kind of separate from all of this. So I was able to do that, thankfully. And the original plan was to, go to church in the morning and at River Oak, and then go up to Yorktown and spend the kind of the afternoon, evening with my in-laws. And obviously that didn't happen. And it was very strange. And I'm not going to lie. Like, it was just a weird time that we weren't able to do that, because we had a lot of plans to, go out and spend time with family and friends and things of that nature the last couple of weeks. And we haven't been able to do it. I mean, our Michael scheduled for sometime in the fall, and it's a bummer because, like, there's so many things that you want to do. There's so many opportunities, and there's so many things that you want to get done, and you can't because of everything going on. And I understand that those other things that you have planned, and the concerts and the entertainment, like, that's all super trivial. I do get that. But it doesn't make it any worse. It doesn't make it any better when you can't do those things. And when you've got to, cancel those things because of what's going on. Like, it's a bummer. Like, I understand there's a lot bigger things going on in the world than going to a Straight No Chaser concert or going to a concert. But when you're really looking forward to something and you can't do it, I think a lot of people kind of have felt that. And it kind of stinks. But, we did that. We woke up, we made breakfast, we ate breakfast. We online, and then we, kind of went out and about a little bit, enjoyed the weather. It was beautiful outside. I mean, I'm talking like absolutely gorgeous. Went out, drove around for a little bit, just kind of enjoyed the weather. Winter's down. I will say this, the weather's been nice. I know today's kind of a crappy day. It's going to be really rainy all day, and I'm going to be, recording an episode of Sunday Smack Talk here. And right now, it's kind of just like a blog channel, and really, I'm bored. I want a place to kind of put more content out there, and the more videos I put out there, the more content I'm going to be seeing, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Maybe I can get some listeners and viewers along the way. But then we, kind of came back and went for about a 5-mile walk, maybe 4.5 miles. And that was nice. It was kind of just nice to get out and relax. And then we just came back and relaxed a little bit together, and had dinner around 5:30, 6 o'clock ish. And then we FaceTimed or Facebook messaged my family, which was cool. We did that actually the day before. We had done that with Katie's family, which is my wife, of course. We had done that with her family and via Facebook Messenger and all that stuff. So that was kind of fun. It's crazy, the technology that we all have access to nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to say that, okay, well, now doesn't matter where you are in the world, like you can reach somebody through Facebook Messenger. And I think Facebook over the last, decade or so, couple decades, however long it's been around, maybe like 15 years, that it's so easy to access people from all over the world. That's been a very cool thing, that it could be a blessing and a curse sometimes. Like, there are some days where I really just wish I could just get rid of Facebook, but it's kind of hard being in the media and that being a big part of like your profile and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, you just kind of gotta deal with it and whatever going on. Especially right now, there's so much uncertainty in the world. But I hope that all of you are staying safe. I hope you're staying home. I hope you're not going out too often. I know a lot of people are going to see friends or hanging out with friends, and you shouldn't be doing that, period. If they tell you to stay home, stay the frick home, guys. Like, I'm sorry. Like, stay home. It's not safe out there. Spiraling thing until it, eventually goes away, or they figure something out with it. But if you're out and about, if you are hanging out with multiple people, you shouldn't, period. You shouldn't be around multiple people unless you have to go to work. If you are an essential worker, and I know people that say they're essential and they're not really essential. I know people that think they are essential workers and they're not. Like, they shouldn't be going to their jobs, period. And it was funny. My father-in-law actually said something strange. Like, he was like, the healthcare workers and the media and all those people and the first responders and all those guys, like, those people are essential. But the restaurant workers and the people that are like local business, they're the exception, and they're not essential. They aren't. Like, I don't want people to think that like people going to a coffee shop, like you do not need your Starbucks cup of coffee. You don't need a cup of coffee from anywhere ever. That's not essential. That's not essential for what you need. Yes, you need to go to the grocery store. You need to do that, but it's not essential that you get your double latte frappuccino or whatever. It's period. It's just not. And I don't like when people say, "Hey, I'm essential," because that's just because I just am, because I'm open. Just because you're open, just because you're working, doesn't mean you're an essential worker. Not saying that what you're doing isn't important. Not saying that it's good. That I'm glad that you're able to keep working, because a lot of people right now aren't working. But don't go around saying that you're essential. Like, you're not. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm getting on a rant, guys. I'm going to wrap things up a little bit, just relax a little bit. It's going to be a kind of a boring day today. It's nasty outside. It's already started to rain. It's already started to look nasty. It's about to get a lot worse in the next hour or so. So everyone out there, stay safe. Please be careful. Please stay inside. If you don't have to go out, if you don't have to go to work, do not interact with people unless it's at the grocery store. And even then, don't get close to people. Be safe. Be smart. I know there are a lot of dumb people in this world. Don't be one of the dumb people. Be a smart person. Stay away from people. Isolate yourself so you're not around a lot of people. And you know what? That's all I got to say. Guys, this has been Cup of Coffee Easter Recap with Robbie. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that link below. You guys can go check out some other videos down here, subscribe right here, and we'll talk to you whenever we talk to you. It'll probably be Sunday Smack Talk a little bit later on today. We're going to be recording that, and I'm going to try to figure out how we can go live on YouTube. So make sure you guys watch out for that as well. But you know what? Until next time, guys, we will talk to you soon, and we'll talk to you soon. Later.